The Galactic Council chamber had always been a place of diplomacy, of carefully measured words and calculated compromises. But today, its polished crystal walls echoed with something else. Fear. The recording played for the third time. A human child, no older than 7, running across a foreign promenade on Errol Station. A scuffle. A misunderstanding with local enforcers. Stun batons turned lethal. The child collapsed. And the crowd. Alien delegates, merchants, guards, watched in silence as life fled from her small body. By the time the footage reached Earth, it had already been buried under bureaucracy and excuses. An unfortunate accident. A procedural error. Compensation will be discussed. Earth didn't ask for compensation. Earth sent a message. You harmed one of ours. We are coming. At first, the Galactic Council dismissed it as human bluster. Their fleets were modern, their defenses vast, their influence spanning hundreds of systems. Humanity was a rising species, yes, but still young, barely a few centuries among the stars. Then the ancient gates awoke. One by one, dormant constructs across the galaxy pulsed with light, massive ringed monoliths long thought to be dead relics of a forgotten civilization. But they were not forgotten. They were Terran. From them poured ships unlike any in living memory. Angular, obsidian-hulled leviathans bearing the sigil of a prestellar Earth. Weapons that bent gravity, drones that tore through shielding like paper, carriers that moved faster than any recorded FTL. They had a fleet before they had a council? Hissed Counselor Yelth as the first reports came in. No, whispered an aide. They had a fleet before us. Humanity did not send diplomats. They sent envoys of war, not to conquer, but to remind. The first strike was surgical. Errol Station, where the child had died, was surrounded by 3 colossal dreadnoughts. No shots were fired. The station surrendered without resistance. Its governor was taken, alive, unharmed, but removed. The second strike dismantled the Council's central security grid, disabling its ability to monitor human movements. Entire trade routes flickered dark as Terran forces claimed key gates. Every message sent to Earth received the same response. Return the child's blood. You cannot. So you will return everything else. In the War Council, alien leaders argued. They cannot sustain this war, said High Minister Korak, wringing his frilled hands. They are a single species. They do not need to sustain it, replied Marshal Rin, his voice grim. They are using weapons older than our records. They prepared for this long before they joined our council. But why unleash all this for one child? Another delegate cried. Rin looked at the floor. Because they are human. Months passed. Systems surrendered before battles began. Not because the humans promised death, but because they promised permanence. Once the ancient fleet arrived, nothing returned to how it had been. Defenses were rebuilt. Colonies were reorganized. Corrupt governors vanished. Earth was not ruling. Earth was correcting. In a secret session, the Galactic Council sent one last plea for negotiation. It was Admiral Celine Ward who arrived to answer. She stood before them without a weapon, her uniform unadorned but heavy with meaning. You thought we were new to this galaxy, she said, her voice like cold iron. You thought we were guests. Counselor Yelth trembled. What do you want? Ward placed a small hologram on the table. The face of the lost child, smiling in a schoolyard long before the tragedy. We want to ensure this never happens again, she said. You thought the council was untouchable. You forgot we built the gates you walk through. Gasps rippled through the chamber. The myth of the first architects, long thought extinct, had always been a curiosity in their archives. No one had ever connected them to the planet called Earth. By the war's end, the council still stood, but not as rulers. Now they governed under watchful Terran oversight. The ancient fleet lingered like a shadow across the stars, a reminder of the price of arrogance. And on Earth a monument was raised, not of war, but of a single name. The child whose death had awakened a sleeping empire. Humanity had always said they fought for their future. The galaxy learned that sometimes That future wore the face of a single child.